Welcome to SnapReporter. This video is part 6, adding your reports to Manitou. The purpose of this video is to explain how to take the reports you've created in the SnapReporter and get them into Manitou, where you can run them on demand, schedule them, and even allow access to them via BoldNet. First, locate the icon on desktop labeled SnapReporter and double-click. Since we created a data source in part 2, we need to connect to it. If you are not connected to a data source, simply click on the name of the data source on the left and enter your Manitou username and password. As a reminder, you must have permissions to use Supervisor Workstation to be able to log in and begin using the SnapReporter. To open an existing report, click on the File tab and click on Open. Browse to one of the reports you previously created. For example, custid_name_address_v2.bsr. This should open that report inside SnapReporter. Because in Manitou, we are going to want to select ways to filter or limit our report, we're going to add some parameters. These parameters are very much like the from and to blanks in the built-in Manitou reports. To see what parameters we can add, click the Data tab, then click Parameters. The list of possible parameters is displayed. Most of them look familiar. Please note that several of the parameters are labeled with Within Activity, which means they won't apply for the type of report we've created. Our report contains customer information, but no activity. Mark the parameters you'd like to use in the report and click OK. Click the File tab and Save As. Since you've decided this report is ready to be added into Manitou, it's best to choose a different location on the hard drive for the report. In this case, I've created a folder in the root of the C drive called Manitou Ready. Name your file and click Save. After you click Save, you will be presented with the report name screen. Again, what is entered in the blank will determine how the report is displayed in the list of reports in Manitou. Since we are ready to save this report for Manitou, it now matters whether or not you mark the box for Remove Report Data. If you are running this report internally and nobody outside your company will ever be able to run the report, you may leave the box blank. However, if you intend to share this report with another Manitou Central station, or if dealers will be accessing this report via BoldNet, it is essential that you mark the box to remove report data. If you don't mark this box, what may be confidential or proprietary customer information may be stored in the report. This data may be displayed without your knowledge by anyone to whom it is given. As was mentioned previously, we put the report file into the Manitou Ready folder in the root of the C drive. We'll need this in just a moment. Next, launch to the Supervisor Workstation. This is the same login you've used previously with the Supervisor Workstation and/or the SnapReporter. Inside the Supervisor Workstation, click on the Reports menu from the menu bar, then click on Report Templates. As with most parts of Manitou, we need to lock this screen for editing. Click the Edit button. Use the minus sign to the left of the words Built In to collapse that section. Under the External section, select the appropriate section to put the report in. For example, since our report contains customer information, it probably fits best under the Master File section. When you select the section, it should be highlighted. Click the Add button. When the screen comes up, give the report a name, similar to the Save screen in SnapReporter, and browse to your file, in this case in the Manitou Ready folder. If you browse to the folder and you don't see the report you previously saved, look at the Files of Type drop-down menu, which may or may not be labeled as Files of Type. If it says Report Definition Files with a RDL extension, change it to Bold SnapReporter with a BSR extension. When you select the file you want and click the Open button, you should see the description from SnapReporter. Click OK. Since we have a new report imported, it's a good time to talk about the report template screen. Click on the report you just imported. The description blank shows the description that will appear in the report list in Manitou. The priority determines the priority at which the report runs. All reports are run in either the high priority group or the low priority group. The report server by default has a priority boundary of 7, which means reports priorities 1 through 7 are considered high priority, and priority 8 through 9 are low priority. It's important to understand that this does not mean the reports in the high priority group do not get completed any faster. They are simply in a separate group. What this means is that there are 2 groups of reports running simultaneously. The type determines the heading under which the report will appear in the list. The category determines the entities under which the report will be listed. For example, if company is the only box that is marked, the report will only be available for the reports menu in the monitoring company maintenance screen. If they are all marked, the report will be visible under the maintenance screen of the monitoring company, individual customers, dealers, branches, agencies, and authorities. The access attributes determines who is able to see the report. If a user logs in under the context of a customer, the customer box will need to be marked for the report to appear. Likewise for dealer and branches. If the report should appear in BoldNet, the web box will need to be checked. Now you can run the report, specify any parameters, and confirm that it works. This report can be run on demand or scheduled based on the access permissions from the previous screen. We hope you found this informative and instructive. Part 7 of this series will focus on advanced topics.